Hey guys, it's Matt with Forex Successful Traders. Today's March 18th, and as many of you know, there's been a lot of volatility in the market, and that's kind of why I've wanted to put this little tutorial together. And as emotional as the markets are right now, and there's a lot of fear in the market, you can see a lot of big movements in the market and a lot of irrational behavior that you may not be used to. So again, it's very important that you stick to doing your homework, and by homework, I've had a lot of people ask what exactly that is. So I'm going to do a little demonstration here of how you can actually do your homework and actually look at the hard numbers and what strategies are working for you, and what strategies you should maybe set aside while the market's extremely volatile right now. So I'm going to go through a couple currency pairs and how I look at the numbers and what's working and what isn't working. And hopefully you can find something similar to do for yourself. Alright, and again, if you're on the FXPM platform, you can go ahead and put on your alert system indicator. If you're not and you have just a regular platform, I mean, as much as you can, try to set your strategy down on your charts and actually look at the data. Alright, so the first thing is defining your strategy and having your signals, whether you actually show your signals or not. I mean, that's kind of depends on your actual strategy. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a look from this morning, this euro dollar, and look at my signals. And you can see that we have signals here, and signals here. So regardless of the market being moving irrationally, the volatility actually happens to complement my strategy, as this is where I'm getting signals. Now, because I'm a short-term trader and I trade price action, I basically define my own rules. Now, looking at different strategies, it will vary between each trader, and even for someone using FXPM, they may use 20-point stops instead of 10-point stops, or they may look to take 7 points instead of 10 points or 15 points. So all those variables is kind of what each trader has to define. For my strategy, I'm usually at about a 10-point stop, and I'll look for about the same 10 points profit as well. So I will come back in here and see if my stop would have been taken, which in this case it would not have, and it did offer 10 points. But you see I have multiple signals here. So again, I'm looking at my signals, defining whether they would have been winners or losers for my particular strategy. In this case, I had 3 signals throughout the day for euro dollar, and 3 of them were winners. So I'll come over to my homework tab and I'll go ahead and put 3 and 3 there so I can keep track of that. Now, I'm going to want to do this for each currency pair, or each of the currency pairs that I pay attention to and trade often. So I'll go ahead and grab this scroll bar here and scroll back. Dollar yen throughout the morning, what it did and what signals there were for this currency pair. Now, I know the yens, especially right now, are there's a lot of news out of Japan, and there's a lot of uncertainty what's going on there. So the yen has been all over the place. Rather than just avoid that currency, because again, there is a lot of risk in trading it, but I really need to go look at the hard numbers and see what percentage of these trades are actually working out, because I may actually be able to take advantage of that price action. So again, you can see here that we had a sell signal and a buy signal here, both of those working out. So 1, 2, 3, 4 signals, 5 signals. This one would have been a low of 81.10, and we got up here to 81.19. Don't know that we got 81.20. So would have made my 10 on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it looks like 6 signals on the dollar yen, and 6 of those worked out. So I want to go ahead and record that, and then I will move on to my next chart. And basically, this is what I mean by going back and doing your homework, is finding out what works and what doesn't work. So we're going to look at pound dollar, and we have a signal there that worked out. We have a signal here, and and we have some signals here. This one would have been a tricky situation. I definitely would have lost on my initial position, but based on my rules of trading windows, whether or not I can say if I would have got it back in after it went 10 points against me, it's hard to say because each moment is dynamic. So just out of precaution, I'm going to call that one a loss. So it looks like 3 signals, 2 wins, and a loss. So I'm going to go, this was a 2 out of 3 on the pound dollar. So you see how this works for each currency pair. And again, everyone has a different, go ahead and change that. Everyone has a different strategy and different signals. So it's important to define that and go back and keep your log of wins and losses. So at the end of the day, you can see how many signals you actually had, what currency pair is the most active. Again, I'm sure the euro yen was very active. So let's jump over on that currency pair. So we'll scroll back to the beginning of the day, and you can see it's been a really active morning. So we had a signal here, and this definitely would have been an area for entry, as I was present during that time. So this one was a winner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it looks like 6 signals overall, and 6 of those. So regardless of the emotion that's in the market and the fear and the uncertainty, by going back and looking at this hard data, I can say to myself that yes, it does pay off to trade this volatility because I can go back and quantify what I have going on here. Alright, and then of course at the end of the month it's always good to come down and see how many signals were generated for each currency pair, what percentage is being generated the most, and that's the kind of data that doing every day just reinforces the consistent profits and the ability to trade without emotion because you know your percentages and you know your numbers. Alright guys, so I hope that was helpful, and again, if you don't have your FX business plan, let me just open this up here so you can see a little bit more of what we got going on here. We offer this download to our members. It's a free download. Go ahead and expand this here. And remember, as you're going through and doing this, you always want to keep track of what trades you're actually taking, and you do that here on the daily results. And then you can come back and look on your quarterly results here, and always following the plan that you set out. So again, now more than ever, you gotta keep track of what's going on in the market and not let trading off of emotion overcome your results. So hope you found this helpful, and if you haven't got your business plan, just go ahead and follow the link below. Take care.